PJNet.TV, Part 2, 9:31 East Coast time. Our bumper is running. We are recording and streaming to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Dell Didway standing by in our green room, chat room, standing by to hear and see what he's got to say. We'll start a countdown to Studio 20 starting now. Okay, welcome back to PJNet.TV. It is the Tuesday night. There's two of them every month, the first and the third. That you all head to PJNet.TV to see our good friend who's been with us since, I looked it up here a while back, but he was the first to join the PJNet team on a regular committed basis, and Dell Didway, and we have shared many good times, and tonight promises to be no exception to the rule. Dell has recently, as you see behind me, released, he and I never can pronounce Dr. John's name, but together Dr. John, a couple weeks back, I think around the 19th of last month, released Kentucky Passion. You've been to your alma mater where it all began, the Florida Christian Writers Conference. What else? Other than that, do you have anything going on in your life, or is it just basically the usual boring Dell that we have to put up with?
Yeah, I've got quite a bit going on, and we took a little break a few months ago, but it seems like I've cut out some things, but it just something else takes its place.
Nature abhors a vacuum, doesn't it?
Yeah. So the book launched. Actually, we were my wife and I, Angie, we were in where were we? We were in Bradenton, Florida.
I know the place.
When the book launched on the 19th, we were actually doing a book signing with Clint Hurdle at the Books A Million that day. So it was a busy day for me as far as that goes. We were on vacation, sort of. We did the book signing. We went to the Florida conference, which was great. We've got some things coming up this next few weeks, actually, before Christmas. So we're excited about some things that are coming up. Kentucky Passion, we've got an event this weekend. I'm going to Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. John is going to be there with Kyle Macy and doing a book signing. And for Kentucky fans, the name Kyle Macy is revered. It is as big a name as Bobby Bowden is of Florida State.
Oh, okay.
Kyle Macy is one of probably the top 5 people ever to come out of that program that people just love that guy and revere him because of his playing ability. He was Mr. Basketball in Indiana, then went to Kentucky and brought home a national championship. Was drafted by the Phoenix Suns. Had a great career at Phoenix, and he played a little bit in Indiana as well. So very well loved in Kentucky lore. So he'll be there. We'll be joining them down in Lexington on Saturday. So we're looking forward to that.
Now, remind me, the trip to Bradenton, you had a book signing with your good friend. Did that get rescheduled for like a Tuesday or something?
Yeah, I tell you what, the forces of evil didn't want that to happen. So there was a mix up with getting the books that we kind of had to get involved with to get the books there.
It'd be nice to have those for a book signing.
Yeah. We almost didn't, actually. So, and then on Friday before, Angie and I are packing. And Clint sends me an email, and he said he had to go to San Diego, cannot get back until Monday night. And I'm like, oh, this is great. So we said, how about Tuesday? He said, yes, I apologize, but it's unavoidable or else I'd be there. So we called the bookstore. We, had to promote differently. And but still, there were some folks who couldn't make it there, who could make it Monday. So it was a little confusion. But, hey, we did it. And it went okay. It wasn't as great as we thought, but it was a lot of mix-up, a lot of, we're just grateful that Clint showed up and we were able to sign some books and have some good conversations. And it's always good to sit down with him. And John Herring from Iron Stream came by in Bradenton and met Clint, and we did the signing. So it was overall a very good experience. It's always fun to do those. But again, there were some obstacles that just got thrown at us that we weren't expecting. Again, um, but yeah, the folks who came had great conversations, and it was just a fun time.
Well, it must be stressful as well, and I guess you have to learn just how to manage it. And imagine if Clint Hurl would be stuck in San Diego under today's circumstances, when airplane flights are kind of a gamble. You buy
Yeah,
a ticket, they might do
we
it.
were a little worried about going down to Florida because the weekend before was when Southwest went kind of haywire,
Hmm.
and we were looking at some backup plans. But our flights went seamless, so no issues. But now this weekend with American, the world's going crazy again. So we don't know what's going on with travel. But yeah, he got back on Monday evening and come down Tuesday. And Tuesday was a fun day. I mean, we had that. We had the book launch. We stopped on the way back in Largo, Florida, and
Hmm.
toured the months group, which they host the CPEs every
Oh, uh-huh.
twice a
Christian
year.
Product
The-
Expo.
yeah, so we're going to that back in it'll be in Charlotte again this in February. So we got to stop and by and visit them as well and get a little tour of the place, and that was kind of set up in advance, and just a great group of people. And Angie and I got to spend some time with them, and then go back and took a little sunset dinner cruise for my birthday, and had nice. What did we have that night? I think grouper or something that night. I think so. Anyway, good seafood as well.
All right, but you're back now. So what do you do? Recuperate?
Yeah, well, we just we went to the conference, and that was a really good conference. I love that conference. It's just, good things seem to happen. Eva Marie does a fantastic job with it. All the conferences are good.
Hmm.
This one's really, I just like this one.
Well, it means a lot to you.
Yeah, it seems like every time I go there, something good happens. Michelle and I taught a night class together. That was a blast. And then I ended up signing a couple of contracts for a couple of new books that'll be out next year. So I got to get busy on those. And one is devotional for Florida Gators football, and the other one's for Florida State football. So the Florida State one, I'm tag teaming. It's going to be me, Bethany Jett, and Andy Clapp are going to collaborate on that one book, and then I'm going to write the Florida one. So it'll be out next fall.
Yeah,
Those will be out next fall.
I predict, and you've got a lot of good help, and it's good that you have it, but just based on the overall nature of the legacy of coaching between those two universities, you're going to have probably an easier time with Florida State.
Well, I only have to write. I don't have to write as many because I'm doing the Florida one by myself, and then Bethany and Andy and I are going to split
Hmm.
three ways, so it won't be as tedious. So we got a deadline coming up, so we have to get busy on that. But we're excited about that. I've never written a book with Bethany or Andy, so we're looking forward to that. So down there again at the Florida conference, we're able to sign a couple more contracts. So I like going to that conference.
Of course. That's where it all started, right?
Yeah, yeah. Just good things seem to happen every time I go there. So
Yeah. I don't script or rehearse these programs, but I did
no.
see something on your timeline today that I did write down. I wanted to kind of just throw it at you to see what stuck. Sports Shorts hadn't even
Oh yeah,
been published, but it's doing
yeah.
well. How can that be?
We just promoted here and there, and we promoted it pretty heavily at the last CPE, which was back in St. Louis a couple of months ago. And then you throw out some teasers, and there was a lot of questions about it. So there are already some pre-orders going. So we're excited about that. That launches in March of 2022. So we'll have three out next year, and so we got to get busy for 2024. We've got some ideas, but yeah, we're happy about that. I mean, it was just 90. It came in the top 100 in its category, and those go up and down. I mean, those fluctuate. Kind of like the stock market. So
Yeah, you probably got a notification set up that if you get to a certain point, notify you so you can get a screenshot and post it before it drops out.
no, yeah, I should sign up for those, but I guess I just hit it right. So, but we're focused right now on Kentucky Passion and on Heart of a Hoosier, because college basketball season's tipping off, and we've got some good things lined up with those. I mean, Michelle and I are going to be doing something kind of big with the Indiana book real soon, and when she gets information, I'll let her talk about it since she's the IU gal and IU fan.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll be before Christmas. We got some things set up for the Kentucky book before Christmas, and those are more motivational books. But still, we don't put scripture in them, but they're basically devotional without scripture. So
now, is this? I'm glad you kind of teed it up for me, because I have read and am currently reading the second of your book that I've read. I'm reading First Down Devotions 2.
You did a great job promoting it too. Thank you.
Well, it's something I do for whatever devotion that I read that day. I try to find something meaningful and share, not only to share with others the thought, that it may benefit, but also to help out, to bring more to. But it's very predictable how this is going to go. I mean, it's now when you do, so that's one style of book where you go find. Like dugout devotions, you do it for baseball, First Down, where you basically find a figure in that sport that's got a story, and you turn it into a very nice devotional. But the Kentucky Passion, the Heart of and Michigan Motivations, and all these, they do they follow a different kind of format?
Yeah, kind of. We kind of do the same concept, but we don't use scriptures. We relive a moment or a play or player and to describe it, then go into a little life scenario, and then give a life lesson and challenge the reader to, how can you help somebody today, or how can you overcome adversity today? List 3 ways you can do this. So we kind of do the same thing, but without scripture. We give suggestions, talking points. We're no experts on this. So I just write what works for me, and reliving the moment, doing the history of it's the fun part for me. So going into these new books, Florida State, these will be devotionals. So they're going to be the same thing. We're going to relive a moment or a play or player tradition. Bethany's got some really cool ideas on a couple of them for Florida State. So I'm excited about that. So we'll relive a moment, then we'll give a real life scenario, or bring it down to where we can relate to it, and then give a call to action, or give what can you do about it?
I may have it's a friend of a friend, a connection to Deion Sanders.
I love that. I met Deion.
Yeah.
Up in Cleveland. I'd love to get to Deion.
Yeah.
I ran into him. We were at the Thursday Night Football up in Cleveland. I was up there for work, and they were staying in the same hotel.
Oh.
And Michael Irvin and those guys, so we got the chance to meet with them and talk to them for a few minutes. So it was just before I was writing books, but I was walking up the stairs. I'd just come in. Me and a friend of mine, we had just come in the hotel, going up the steps, and lo and behold, here comes Deion Sanders down the steps by himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just stopped him for a second, and he was funny. He goes, "I bet you probably want a picture, don't you?" And I said, "Hey, you're a Hall of Famer. Why not?" And so we took we posed up for the selfie. He had a big smile on his face, and then click. And then when it was done, I said, "Hey, I can text this to you if you give me your number." And he said, "Nah, it's okay, man."
He didn't fall for it. No,
he didn't fall for that. But he was awesome to talk to. But yeah, I'd love to. We could chat offline about that.
Yeah, I know the track coach very well. Former track coach at FSU, and he coached Deion.
I mean, I'd like. I mean, he was kind of busy. I mean, I think he was he would have talked to us a little bit. But he was kind of late for something. So yeah, he was nice and cordial and Irvin.
No, but he's pretty fast.
Yeah. Loved watching him play. I mean, a lot of folks didn't like his style. I thought it was awesome. He was electrifying. He was, fun to watch. So yeah.
Hey, the Bengals are not the laughing stock of the league anymore, right?
Well, they were Sunday. Yeah, they were Sunday.
Well, yeah.
Overall, I just did a column. I wrote a column about that on Saturday, saying, "Hey, they're 5-2, blah blah blah. They're leading the conference." And I said, I'm not getting ahead of myself, but I am looking at airline tickets out to SoFi Stadium out in Los Angeles for the Super Bowl. And then then they lose to the 1-5 Jets. I'm like, are you kidding me? So, but they, Vegas odds or DraftKings still have them 67% chance of making the playoffs, and Yeah, I think though sometimes getting beats a good thing. Sometimes if it's early enough in the season, sometimes and now they're 5-3, so halfway through the season they're still up there. So
I,
and
th-
I'll be there Sunday. Cleveland's in town, so I don't think they'll have much of a problem Sunday.
Dale, there's two basic problems as a coach in football, anyway. One of them is getting your team. You're playing a team that has you're way better than they are. Trying to get your team up and to take them seriously. That's the second worst coaching scenario. Here's the absolute worst coaching scenario. You're playing a very good team that just got beat last week.
Mm-hmm.
That is the hardest game to mentally prepare for because they are going to be red hot. They're going to be intense. They're going to be physical. They're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, I look for, of course, Cleveland lost two, Pittsburgh beat them, and then Cincinnati lost. And Cleveland comes into town. Rivals, Ohio rivals, but still both in the play. So I look for Cincinnati to really, I I would say they're going to blow them out Sunday. That's
Well,
my. I
Dale,
don't care the way.
you can have. I'm proud of you and glad for you that you're able to maintain your credentials, press
Yeah.
credentials with the
Yeah.
Bengals. But I really am truly envious of not being in the broadcast booth on Friday night.
Yeah, those are fun. Though sadly, we're done. We only got a couple of teams left doing the high school playoffs, and
Hmm.
and I'm not online, which is fine. I got a text today saying, "Hey, can you do some basketball?" I said, maybe," but he said definitely wants you back for football season next year, which is always just fun. So it's cold here now. It's 30 degrees tonight. It's a freeze warning. I'm glad I'm not doing a game Friday night. It'd be freezing.
It's going to be 75 tomorrow here.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, when we were down there in Florida, I was down there about 9 days. It was in Clearwater for most of it. Typically, we're down there about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You get a little 10-minute rain shower. No big deal. You're used to it, right?
Every day.
First time I was in Florida ever, and we didn't. We had perfect weather the entire week. Not a drop of rain. Crisp blue skies. 78 high. 55 in the evening. Perfect weather every day. I was like, really? Even when we went to Orlando to the conference, perfect weather, no bugs, a little chill in the morning. It was great.
You must have had a westerly wind, which is very rare
No, but it was
in this part
yeah,
because the mosquitoes, bugs, and
yeah,
such are absolute. It's like you're in the Amazon
yeah. Last
rainforest.
year at the conference, you walked outside, you just had bugs everywhere.
Oh, you can catch a
And
handful of them just by
yeah,
swatting your hand. Just
yeah. And so this year there was nothing, and even down, like I said, down when we were in Clearwater and Indian Rock, it was just perfect. It wasn't hot at all.
have
Perfect
you
weather.
ever been in Florida during love bug season?
When is that?
Obviously, you haven't. But it used to be twice a year, but now it's down to once a year. But these bugs, that legend has it that it was a experiment gone wrong at the University of Florida, that these bugs got out, and they call them love bugs because the male and the female are joined, and they will cake your windshield. I mean, you just it's I don't know how to describe it,
Hmm.
and they seem to hang around the fumes around the road, and
Hmm.
it will sound like it's raining.
Hmm.
They're that thick, and they are
Yeah.
a curse, an absolute curse, in for a state that relies on tourism. But you know what, Dale?
Yeah.
We have Florida has gained a lot of notoriety because some of the port cities, you were near some of them. The
Hmm.
port at Tampa, Port Everglades, Port St. Richie, are by and large open for business, and we are cashing in.
Hmm.
You
I know
know,
Florida's great.
yeah.
Maybe those are the Wuhan bugs. Maybe you should call those
It's
instead.
legend had that in kudzu.
Yeah.
Kudzu is a vegetation that was designed to keep erosion,
Yeah.
but it
Well,
grows too wild.
we were able to go to our favorite restaurant down there, and we were able to go to our favorite breakfast places down there a couple of times, and we just had a really relax. I needed to relax for a while. Did no work except book signing, and that wasn't work. That's fun.
Yeah.
And then some other things. So we love going down there. Love the couple of restaurants. We found a great little place right on Clearwater Beach, and just we could walk everything. So it was awesome.
Well, we're glad you visited because we
Yeah.
depend upon suckers like you
I
to
know
come
we
down
spent a
here.
lot of money. So, and our experience with Airbnb was great. Our experience with Turo, the car rental app, was awesome.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah, those are fantastic. We saved, according to Enterprise. If we'd gone with Enterprise, I would have paid another $500, and wouldn't have been guaranteed a car. But we used Turo app, picked up somebody's private car, used it for the week, and dropped it off. It was great. So a lot cheaper, a lot more affordable, easier to get around. So yeah, it was awesome. So Michelle got me turned on to that. So we're Turo. I already put a good review on the app. So.
Well, that's great. Now that you've kind of, what is it? Pulled the weeds out of the garden, kind of lightened up your load a little bit. But
Yeah.
did I not see that you had written a column or two up there for the paper?
Yeah, I do. I always do. I typically write columns on the Bengals. I've done some politics, but I'm just strictly sticking with the NFL right now, and I do cover the Bengals for them, and some other things. So it's just fun. We do that for the fun of it. So, but yeah, I've always done that with them. That doesn't take long at all. But we got something, a couple of things, and this has happened This happened at the conference actually, and we followed up. But we'll have something kind of cool to probably announce next show.
Well, I was going to say, we got about 2 weeks, and we're getting toward the end here. What are you going to be? Give us a little teaser. What are you going to be talking about in 2 weeks? What's in the crystal ball?
I can't talk about it right now, but it's really cool. It's fun. It's going to be 2 things, I hope. But one's going to be for sure. It's going to be just an amazing door going to open, and we're looking forward to it. And don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll do it. I'll figure it out.
Often wrong, but never in doubt. Don't worry,
Exactly.
you'll be fine.
I'll research and I'll do it, and it's a good team. But yeah, a couple other things we're working on. But yeah, we're excited about doing the Gator book and the Seminole book for Iron Stream. We're looking forward to those next year, and
So they'll be next year.
Probably next season. Yeah, we're going to get those done
right.
in time, and then we're going to be relaunching the Alabama book. They don't like the cover, so they're going to relaunch it next year, which is fun.
Okay.
It launched last year. Nothing really launched well last year. So.
Do you know how to tell the difference between the Alabama A and the Atlanta A?
I heard this, and I can't recall it. What?
The Alabama A has a little mohawk swish up at the very top.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So,
You'll see both. Yeah. They look almost the same.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, so we'll be relaunching that next year, and we got a couple other projects in the can, and it's a lot of fun. Good seeing everybody. Good seeing Ben tonight, watching that stuff. Good things are happening for him and everybody out there. So it's always fun to see other people doing great things as well.
Well, Dale, it's always good to have you visit us, and you've got us baited now. You've got us teased.
Well, me too. So I hope it works out. I think it will. It's very exciting. It's kind of a cool. Something I never thought about doing, and again, it'll be kind of a.
Now you really got me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I never wanted to write a book 5 years ago either. So, I never wanted to do this. It was presented to me at the conference, and so we've been having some chats about it. So, yeah, kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, folks, 2 weeks from tonight, come back and see us, and Dale Didway will be back. Dale, appreciate you sharing. Always enjoy. Oh, folks, by the way, those of you that are regular know that every time Dale comes on, his audio would keep dropping out and dropping out and drop. Dale figured it out tonight.
Yeah,
I didn't figure it out. Dale figured it out. You'll notice that we had no technical problems tonight. Don't know why it's a problem when we do it the other way, but at least we know the other way to do it. Dale, you're the man. Appreciate it.
Figure it out. Thanks.
All right, man. Thanks, we'll see you next time. Appreciate it, bud. That was Dale Didway right here on pjnet.tv. Always, he's an interesting guy, and he's a busy guy, so we're fortunate that he takes some of his time out and shares with us. That'll about wrap it up for me tonight, PJNet. Let me make an announcement. Stephanie Pavlantos will be with us tomorrow night, and she contacted me, a topic that's on her mind, and I listened to a podcast that she did, just an audio podcast that she had done earlier, and she is going to share with us a topic tomorrow night that's going to be very difficult for her. So but the passion and the power, I really know that I know there's things that I'm not telling you, that I shouldn't tell you, that I won't tell you, but I know that God is in this, and I hope that you will by all means make your plans to not only be here but invite somebody. And let's show our support for Stephanie as she shares with us her experience as a parent of a special needs child. And I just know that God has got something in this that some people need to hear. So I look forward to that. Until then, I have a challenge. It's simple. It's only 2 questions. First, what is the boldest thing you've ever done for Jesus Christ? And whatever it is, how long ago was it? And let's not be satisfied with either answer.